Hey everyone, what is going on? My name's MrWombat and welcome back to the channel. In today's Payday 2 video, I'm breaking down everything new in update 230 for Payday 2, that being a new heist, a new enemy, and some new Twitch drop content. Three big things to talk about, but before we get into that, as always, there is a giveaway link in the description if you want to win the brand new Lost in Transit heist that's out today, as well as McShay Weapon Pack 2, the Tijuana Music Pack, and the High Octane Tailor Pack, all of which have released over the last few months in one bundle. Head to the giveaway link in the description. You've got till Sunday 7 PM BST to enter. Get in there, drop your entries, and you might have a chance to win the DLC. Make sure you check your emails after the giveaway has ended, because you might get it in your spam box, and people have been missing them in the past. On top of that, tonight's the big night, everyone. I'm streaming live with Ian Russell, aka Locke, at 7 PM UK time, again, BST, on twitch.tv/RedArcherLive. If you want to watch us play through the heist, we're going to do some loud playthroughs of the heist with viewers, and then possibly also try and get Locke to commentate a stealth playthrough. I think that could be really good fun, but either way, it's going to be a really good stream, and I hope to see you all there for that as well. And as always, special thanks to Overkill for the early access to the build and for the code to give away. If you see any footage in this that looks a little bit strange, a little bit glitchy, please bear in mind this is an early access build of the Lost in Transit heist, so it might not look exactly the same as it does at launch. But without any further ado, let's get into this video and talk about all three of the big things that are in this update. Let's do it. So let's break down the three big things we've got to talk about, and we'll start here with the heist, the Lost in Transit heist. So, this new heist, you're stealing some printing plates from the army that are going to be moved by a train car. You're going to get them all onto your own little train in the middle of the train yard and then send it off to get past an army roadblock. Now, to do this, you're going to need to find out which train cars are carrying the printing plates. A lot of them are just carrying straight up money, all of which is lootable. So there's a lot of optional loot in this heist. But you need to get into the train cars, break into the vaults, steal the printing plates, load them onto your train, and then get the train to sail off into the sunset. Loud and stealth are options in this heist, and both of them play out very, very, very similarly. They've got the same kind of objectives, bar the odd extra computer hack if you're doing it loud, because obviously you're not sneaking through. So there's alarms raised and a few extra bits of security. But the general gist is you get into the compound, you find the train cars that you need to get into, you get into them with a blowtorch from the roof, drop in, get into the vault, either by finding the right color code wire to snip, which we'll talk about in a minute, or by putting an RFID hacker on the vaults. With pre-planning, you can make the hack go a little bit quicker. And then you get in there, secure the printing plates, and get off. So like I've said, loud and stealth are very similar. Right now you're seeing loud gameplay. In a minute I'll talk about stealth in more detail, because I have got a solo stealth video that will have gone up at the exact same time as this video, hopefully, or maybe a bit earlier. I don't really know. I'm trying to get both up as fast as possible. And I've had a very busy weekend with my Dog 2 podcast, so I've not had a chance to get into the early access as much as I'd like. But my overall thoughts on the heist loud first off, I am not the biggest fan of the lack of cover. There are lots of smaller little areas you can duck behind, but I do feel like there's some really open areas here that I'm not as major on. I feel like there's some really, really long lines of sight for cops to hit you, and I would have liked that to have been a little bit more broken up. There are obviously areas that are better at this than others, but there's an area towards the back near the PA system. There's a big open train yard area, and I found myself getting hit a lot by cops, and I was playing on overkill difficulty. I wanted some really low difficulty gameplay just to show off how the heist worked, and I was finding even that a little bit hard to survive, which is a little bit concerning. Maybe it's just me trying to play it at 2 in the morning and not really focusing, but I just feel like there could have been a bit more cover that broke a few more lines of sight in that area. But overall, I mean, if you compare this to the other train heist we got, which is Transport Train, that came out back in 2014, I think it was, or late 2013, that heist is nowhere near as good as this one. I really like Lost in Transit. I think it's a much more modernized version of it, being able to get into the train cars and get optional loot. You don't have to get everything secured. I love that. You can get the 9 printing plates and just go, or get the extra money if you want to. That's fantastic. I love that. But I think the map is fairly well designed, bar the obvious lack of cover that I mentioned. There's some different little areas of buildings you can go into, but overall the map is quite compact. I mean, I haven't compared legit scales between the maps because I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't know how to even begin to try and work that out. But it feels like a smaller map. It feels like a more concise area that kind of focuses everything into a couple of key buildings, and you move around them quite easily, to the fact where when I did my solo stealth, I mean, I nearly beat it in 15 minutes. The only reason I didn't was because of my own stupidity, but that's another point. But I feel like the heist plays really, really well. I really, really like the loud gameplay of it. Not sure it's my favorite heist. Not sure if I like it more than Midland Ranch. I need to play it a few more times to get an opinion. But I think it's a very strong offering. I really, really like it, and that's the loud gameplay. Let's move into a little bit of stealth. As I've said, stealth is very, very similar. The exact same objectives, just a little bit sneakier. You're trying to get around and obviously not get detected. Shocker. Is that how stealth works? Who knew? But you can see the gameplay here. I've not got much more to say. The only extra thing I'll say is there's some really good points of maneuverability here. There are little areas where you can go under certain train cars to try and get around the map faster, a bit like Murky Station, but there's actual ramps where you go underneath, and when you go under the train cars with a blowtorch, you can blow under the train cars and get money out that way. You can do that loud as well, but it's more cool in stealth, I feel like, to do it because you feel sneakier. It works the exact same way with a few extra slightly different objectives or things working out different, like turning off motion sensors rather than just doing computer hacks like you do loud. So there's tiny variations, but the thing that I like the most is in both stealth and loud, and I mentioned this in the solo stealth and talk about it a bit more, but you escape the same way. You steal the train and you get out. I figured that would have been more of a loud option, that you get the train, you barrel out because the military is shooting at you, whereas in stealth I would have thought maybe just sneak a van out. But apparently in the heist it's described that the military have got roadblocks set up, so getting out of the van is not going to be easy either way. So even in stealth, you pass off the train as if it is just a legit train going off on its destination. Locke will speak over the PA to calm everyone and reassure them, and you get out. It's a really, really good system. I like that a lot. I like that it still feels like a big grand exit even in stealth, whereas you might think it's more of a loud thing to begin with. I don't know. I think it works really well, and I really, really like the heist. So that's my overall thoughts on the heist. Let's move on now to the enemy type. Now, I don't actually know the name for this because the announcement wasn't given to me early, so I don't know the name of the enemy. What I'm going to say is I'm going to call him the Flashbang Shield, because I think that gets to the gist very, very quickly. There is a new enemy in this heist, and again, I don't know the specific details because I've only got so much in the early access, but I'm presuming the same thing is happening as it did in Midland Ranch, where this enemy is only in Lost in Transit, and will then appear in other heists later. As the name might explain, it is a shield unit that has a flashbang option. From experimenting a little bit, it seems like when they're charging the flashbang, you can shoot at the shield quite a lot, and it then staggers him, and he drops the shield and becomes a normal unit, which obviously is something very different to the base shields. But you can obviously run around the shield and shoot the guy behind the shield to try and stop the flashbang effect. It's something a little bit different, you know? It's not really anything groundbreaking. I mean, the US Marshal was just a more infantry-style sniper, which I know not everyone's a big fan of. I've seen people complaining, saying that it didn't really need to be added, it was a bit needless, and fair enough, it is a weird unit, I'll be honest with you. But this one, I don't know, it feels a little bit more interesting to me, personally. It's not really groundbreaking or changing things too much, but it does something different, and I like that. You know, it combines annoying flashbangs with a shield unit, and I like the idea that you can shoot the shield and get it to fly off their arm. I like that little touch. That's a nice thing. That is the new enemy type, and then let's move on finally to the Twitch drop system. Now, I've explained this previously in the Midland Ranch heist. Twitch drops are basically something that you get where watching a streamer on Twitch will give you rewards in-game. The longer you watch a streamer, the more rewards you get. Last time it was exclusive to partners, this time it is any Payday 2 streamer. So all you have to do this is get a Starbreeze account, link to do so is in the description, connect your Steam and Twitch accounts to it, and then watch a participating streamer. It should just be any streamer, but they have to have drops enabled. I've got them enabled, so, you know, watch my stream tonight and you're all sorted. And you will get 3 new cosmetic items, a new suit, new gloves, and a new mask. Again, unfortunately, I don't have the names of these. I'm making this video before the update comes out, so I don't know what they're called, but these are the items. You can see them on screen now, and they're what you'll win. But the basic gist is when you're watching a Twitch streamer playing Payday 2, it should pop up and tell you can claim the rewards, and you can keep track of them that way. But you've got until 2 PM UK time, 3 PM Central Standard Eastern time, at Swedish time, on Halloween, the 31st of October, to claim these. So you've got just under a week this time around, so make sure that you claim them as soon as possible by watching some Payday 2 streamers. There'll be a lot of people live, myself, the other partners, and other Payday 2 streamers in the community. So if you don't watch my stream, which, why wouldn't you? Obviously. Seriously, no, if you watch anyone's stream, you should be able to get it. As long as they've got drops enabled, there shouldn't be a problem there. But ladies and gentlemen, that is everything in update 230. It's quite a concise update. We've got the heist, the enemy unit, and the Twitch drops, and I've tried to get more to the point on this one. I wanted it to be a shorter video that summed everything up, and then we can just move on with our day and be nice and happy. So ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you drop a thumbs up on it. It would be greatly appreciated. It shows me you like this content and would like to see more. And if you haven't yet subscribed, click that button down below. It's quick, it's free. I'll always love you for doing so, and you will never miss any future content for Payday 2 or Payday 3 on all platforms. So I'll see you tonight at 7 PM UK time for the stream with Ian Russell, aka Locke, where we play the new heist together. And if you haven't entered the giveaway, link in the description, go over there and get entering. But until then, thank you all very much for watching. I will see you all very soon with a brand new video. It's something Payday 3 themed, and I'm excited to get it out there and see what you guys think about it. But either way, I will see you all very soon with a new video. Until then, look after yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching.